Hi, this is Sunny again, and again I wanted to thank you for taking a look at our examples of some of our previous properties that we've done. If you've already seen our presentation from the above, you already now have kind of a gist of what private lending is really all about. And so what I wanted to do now with this presentation and this video is show you some examples of some properties that we've done in the past. We really have three types of property transactions that we do. Number one is we buy, we rehab, and we resell for a profit to a retail buyer. Number two is we buy, we rehab, and then we rent out and hold in our own portfolio. Now we have some private lenders that like to go a little bit more long-term, 5 years. These are the types of private lenders that are perfect for this type of scenario. And then lastly, what we do is we buy. We don't really rehab, we use our power of what we've created as a company, and we wholesale for a profit. We generally do that fairly quickly, just like our rehab process is. So the first example I want to show you is 8496 Cardinal Street, one of my favorite properties, the one we just finished up with. It was a HUD foreclosure. We got a really good buy on this property. As you can see, we made a $60,000 profit on it. We did this in the course of about 6 weeks. It took us about 4 weeks to actually close on the sale of the property. A week in rehab, that's it. We were able to buy this property very, 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 very deeply discounted and make a very hefty profit on it. This property, 802 Grant in Eveleth, was another really good property. This property, as you can see, had $33,000 in profit for us. We put new siding on it, new carpet, new roof, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's located right downtown Eveleth, Minnesota, which is a town that we specialize in. And as you can see, one other really good thing about this property is that we purchased it for only $14,500, and by the time we got done, it had only a 39% loan to value. So the private lender that was behind this property only had a 39% risk associated with it. Another real nice property in Virginia. This is 223 6th Street South. We purchased this property for $18,500. We're at a 50% loan to value ratio on it. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a real nice home. We just had it appraised at $48,000. Besides Eveleth and Virginia, we also buy Gilbert, Aurora, Bowabic, Hibbing, Chisholm. We even traveled down to Duluth, but this property right here, 119 Nebraska, was located in Gilbert, Minnesota. We purchased this property for $19,000. We had $7,800 in repairs. We sold it 12 months later. We rented it out for 12 months for tax reasons, but on this one specifically, we sold 12 months later. Was on the market for 30 days. We sold it for $45,700, which was right next to our asking price. And this property, 303 North Elba, this one has kind of a funny story behind it as well. This property we purchased for $17,500, but we originally had an offer on it for $20,000 with the previous owner. One of the techniques that we use is short sale. However, the bank did not want to sell the property for the $20,000 back when it was still in the pre-foreclosure status. After the bank had foreclosed on it, we had a chance to buy the property for $17,500, which means the bank actually lost a little more money than they probably should have, but this one provides us with $24,000 in equity. Again, it's rented out for $600 a month. And we invest in all over the Iron Range, and this is a property at 412 Central. We purchased this property for $21,000. We put just under $6,000 in improvements to it. It's got a new plumbing, new sewer, new electrical. The after repaired value of this property was $39,000, and this puts us at about a $13,000 equity position. This is another single-family home in Virginia, 709 9th Street North. We purchased this property for $33,000. We put very minimal in it. It was ready to go pretty much right out of the bat. But another technique that we use to sell our properties is lease option. And what a lease option is where we actually help a tenant secure financing by helping them work on their credit and actually giving them a little bit of credit for each rent that they pay on time to us. So what it does is it helps turn a tenant into a home buyer. And on this specific property, we didn't have much into it, but we also made a nice hefty profit of $10,500. And one of my favorite properties, this is actually a duplex. We have some private lenders that want to go in for the long term, and for us, besides just buying and flipping properties, We also buy and hold properties, and some of those properties are very nice cash flowing properties, and that's some examples that I'm going to show you here. This was a duplex that we purchased for $20,000. It's 3 bedrooms up, 2 bedrooms down. We only put about $6,000 in repairs into this thing. It brings in $1,350 in gross rents. But what's beautiful about it is our private lender is only at 50% loan to value. So that means that they're at 50% security in this property. But that security also leaves us with a $26,000 equity position. This is another nice property in Virginia. This is 1029 7th Avenue North. As you can see, we have a ton of equity in this property. We were able to purchase this property for only $38,000. We put $6,500 in repairs. It's got a huge double lot in Northside, Virginia. It's a duplex, but one nice thing about this property is the gross rents that come in each and every month for us. Or 509 Jones in Eveleth, $43,000 in equity in this nice property. This property was recently appraised at $89,000, but we bought it just under $40,000. We put $6,500 in repairs. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 bath down, and 3 bedroom, 1 bath up. But mostly, again, what we like is the residual $1,722 in gross rents that come in each and every month for us. And this property, 119 3rd Street South, this property is in Virginia. We purchased this property for $49,000. We put $4,200 in repairs. It's a big property with a lot of bedrooms. 4 bedrooms up, 3 bedrooms down. Brings in just about $1,900 in gross rents. The after repaired value on this property, as you can see, is $80,000, $26,000 in equity. And another property in Eveleth. This one is 618 Hayes. We were able to purchase this property for $48,000. We put $4,000 into it. This is another one that brings in about $1,800 in gross rents, $86,000 after repaired value. Again, 4 bedrooms, 3 bedroom apartments. That one we have $34,000 in equity in. And not only do we buy single family houses and duplexes, but we also buy larger buildings. This is a 10-unit apartment building that we bought in Eveleth. The gross rents on this is $5,400. We purchased this property for $135,000. Another awesome property that we have, this property is 707 Clay Street. Now, we purchased this property because of the cash advantage and because of our ability to use private lenders for only $13,000. We were able to close on it a week after we put our initial offer in. This property was offered to us before it even hit the multiple listing service. So again, because of where we're positioned and because of who we've become as a company and the relationships that we've built, we receive a lot of information before any of the other investors do, and that gives us a real awesome advantage. $13,000 we bought this duplex for. And lastly, this is one example of a property that we've recently wholesaled. Now, we purchased this property for only $9,200. We were able to sell it to another investor for $15,000, and we were able to do that within a week. We have multiple ways that we liquidate our properties. Again, in recap, we purchase properties, we rehab them, we resell them, we wholesale them, like this example, we rent them, or else we lease option them to a tenant, and we turn that tenant into a tenant buyer. So thank you for taking a look at this video and seeing who we are as a company, some of our examples of properties that we've recently done. Please feel free to scroll down now and download your free 28-page report that I've put together for you that can outline some more details about how you can become a private lender.